and welcome to another episode of Gilbert's Economics.
So, if you're currently looking for a job and you can't get one, well, the answer is pretty simple. There is no jobs about. The intro was delayed. Anyway, right, there's no jobs about, and the reason there's no jobs about is because they keep increasing the wages. Now, I'm not saying that this is a problem. What I'm saying is, because they're increasing wages, businesses cannot afford to maintain the staff levels that they used to be able to maintain. And then with the rise of artificial intelligence and machines, for example, this isn't some kind of conspiracy theory. If you go to Sainsbury's, if you go to Asda, if you go to Morrison's, what do you see? You see tills where you get served by yourself. You scan your own products, you put them through, and you pay yourself. They have one person manning about 20 tills, all self-checkouts, sometimes more than that. That's all staff losses, that's all money saving, and this is happening across the board. Technology is being used to make it so that jobs are no longer needed. This is a problem. So even the skilled jobs that would normally be paid, I don't know, at 35, 40, are now coming down to 25 and 30 because there's a higher demand in the job market. There's more people out of work than there is jobs available. At the current moment, they reckon there's an estimated of 2.8 million people currently who are looking for work out of work. That's not including the people that don't want to work. That's just the people that want to work that don't currently have work. 2.8 million people. Now, at any moment on Indeed, there's only 900,000 jobs available across the UK. Now, that is a massive shortage. That means for every 3 people, there's only 1 job available. And those jobs could be minimum wage jobs, higher end jobs, directors' jobs, CEOs, whatever. Point being is, there isn't enough vacancies, and this is all down to the government. Nobody else to blame but the government. They could easily have put restrictions in to stop businesses from doing the things they're doing. For example, self-checkouts. I believe in human-to-human interaction. I mean, it would be a lot better, have some self-checkouts, but don't make it that all the old bays, when you go into like a supermarket, there's only 1 or 2 open. There's like 10, and they've all put like these, things across to stop you from going to them. Not in use, and you can see they're not in use. If you run your hand along them, they're full of dust. No one's using them. They literally wiping out the workforce just to replace them with these tills for profit. Like they're not already making enough profit. And on top of that, they put the prices up of the food that they're selling you. It's ridiculous and it's mad. But the job problem isn't necessarily your fault. If you can't get a job, it ain't down to you. It's down to the economy, and it's down to the fact that the demand for jobs is way higher than the actual availability of jobs. People want to work, it's just they can't work. And then you've got the agency work. Now the agency work, again, is in such high demand. And the problem is with agency work is, it's literally 1 month you've got work, then tomorrow maybe you haven't, we'll call you if we need you, and that's it. Very few people actually get permanent placements, and a lot of people are very wary of that. They don't want to take on a job. If you've got rent to pay, if you've got bills to pay, a mortgage to pay, and you go to an agency, then a month later you've got to sign back on with Universal Credit or go to the job centre or look for another job, and you've got to find another job quick, fast. Otherwise, you can't pay your bills. It can't continue like this. Something needs to be done. And the only thing I can recommend, from my own experience as being somebody who's been entrepreneurial since I was young, is to literally start your own business. Start selling online, start providing a service, start doing something. Maybe there's a skill set, maybe you can teach someone. There's got to be something that you can do that other people can't do, or maybe there's loads of people doing it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's competition. All that matters is that you become self-sufficient and you no longer have to rely on jobs to be available, and maybe you can become an employer and know through the pain that you've gone through as trying to get a job, and hopefully try and help and solve the problem little by little. But that is the only solution that I can think of, is literally start your own business, whether it be cleaning carpets, cleaning windows, maybe it's selling your own products online, maybe it's opening your own shop. And there's loads of ways that you can go about doing this. Even if you've got zero money, you could get government grants, you could start a company, get a limited company account, then set up a bank account, get a line of credit, like a credit card baseline, normally £1,000 to £2,000. You don't need to have good credit. This is a misconception. The credit isn't on you, it's on the company. It's a separate entity. Set the company up, set up a business bank account, have a business plan, and you'll be able to have access to all these different things. And there's also grants and funding. There's the Princess's Trust as well, if you want to go down that. I think there is an age cap on it. But if you could bake cakes from home. There's loads of different things that you could do to make either a side hustle, to top your money up, or whatever. And if you've got a company, by the way, as long as you're not paying yourself a salary, you can earn as much as you want through that company, and you won't be taxed on it personally. So that's something to bear in mind. So you can have a full-time job, have a company on the side, build that up until it's making money, and then go ahead and pursue that. But at the moment, like I say, the job market isn't your fault. If you can't get a job, don't let anyone look down on you. Don't let anyone criticise you. Mum, dad, grandma, granddad, whoever, doesn't matter. Don't let anyone talk down at you, because if you are genuinely trying and you're putting CVs out there and other people are getting hired over you, that is not your fault. Like I say, for every job, there's 3 people going for it. I've heard of applications when you've got the jobs that, let's say, pay £13, £14 an hour, a little bit over minimum wage. There's 20 to 30 applications per job, and that's average. There's actually scenarios. There's an estate agent friend of mine that I spoke to. He reckons he had 41 applications as a trainee estate agent. 41. He said, Rick, he goes, I felt terrible because I only had one position, and there was about 4 or 5 people that I genuinely would employ tomorrow, no problem. He goes, but there just isn't that much of a demand at the minute with the housing market the way it is, and everything's upside down. But like I say, this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a problem of the government, of increased wages, which isn't a problem, but the problem is, it's the fact that everything else has gone up. So rather than capping food, capping council tax, putting a cap on rents, they've lowered interest rates, but they only do that because people that buy houses have got what? They've got money. So that's it. And they use that as a way of going, oh, look at the economy, it's propped up. But it's artificially propped up with the interest rates being lowered, so it gives more borrowing capacity, and more borrowing done by the banks is literally digits added. We all know that. I mean, money is literally just made up, it's invented on a computer screen. Anybody who doesn't know that needs to look into it. But ultimately, job market, it's not your fault. Don't blame yourself. I believe the only real way to get out of it is to go self-employed, unfortunately, or form a company, work it alongside another job, maybe take on part-time work. I know it's a pain in the bum, but what else can you do? I mean, these are the options you're dealt with. If you've got a passion, if there's something you've always wanted to do, I reckon now's the time to give it a go, because what else have you got to lose? You've been searching for a job, you can't get one, the market's terrible. For every job, like I say, there's 3 people trying to get it. And these are the minimum wage jobs, the jobs that nobody would normally really want to do. But there you go. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't blame yourself. And all those people that are at university and stuff like that and college, when you get out of that place, good luck with that bit of paper, because that degree ain't worth the paper it's printed on. I promise you that. The amount of people that I see at Co-op, Sainsbury's, working minimum wage jobs with degrees, just come out of uni and all the rest of it. It's terrible. Delivering pizzas and all the rest of it. These people have studied really, really hard, thinking that they're going to get a leg up. And it turns out they're in the same boat as the guy who walked out of school with no GCSEs. Anyway, on that being said, I wish you all the best. And I hope that you listen to this video, maybe look at my other videos, and figure out how you're going to get out of this position, because I did it. If I could do it, you could do it.